Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got 3 replays for you in the new Russian medium tank, the T0-55, which is out in the store. So just before I get into the video, we've got optics, gun rammer and camo net on the equipment setup here, and then on the perks I have born leader, rapid reload, 6th sense, snapshot, steady aim, situational awareness, camouflage expertise, trap mechanic and run and gun. So yeah, the T0-55, so what is it? It is basically an unskimmed version of the Senjutsu, which was the Metal Fest Tier 8 medium tank that came out probably, I can't remember if it was start of the year or last year, but when Metal Fest first sort of came out around about then. This is the unskimmed version that has been put at tier 9. Yeah, the difference being is you're just up a tier. I will reel off obviously the stats, but just to sort of give you an idea on costs for this tank. Now you've got 2 options. You can either pay 14,000 gold for the tank, or you can pay out 280,000 free XP for this tank. Now my advice, like I said on the M67, is to first of all, before you purchase it, check the equivalent check the conversion ratio from gold to free XP, because you may find that it is actually cheaper. Like say a friend told me that it was actually cheaper for the M67. I don't know if that's still the case for this tank, so I honestly would urge you, if you want to get this tank, to have a look at the conversion rate first and see what that is. The difference between how much gold you spend on that to get 280,000 XP compared with actually paying for the tank outright with full 14,000 gold. So yeah, this tank is going to actually be available, I think, along with the M67 as well, in the store till about 7th of October, I think. Is the date, if I remember rightly reading up on the website. So you've still got a couple of weeks yet to get this tank. Now I've got 3 replays here, which we'll obviously go into, the first one being on Redshire. And just to sort of give you an idea of stats, a rundown on this, so you've got good mobility with 55 kilometers an hour at top forward speed, 23 kilometers an hour at reverse speed. You have you've got 395 meters of view range, which is quite decent. You've got 370 meters still concealment when you're on the move, and 346 when you are sat still. With the build, I can get this round to about 287 meters still concealment with my camouflage build on this tank, which is what I would sort of go for on the perks, and obviously running the camo net just to get that stealth. That still concealment down even further. So yeah, it's got a 100mm gun, which has got 320 alpha on it, with 221mm penetration on your standard AP rounds, with 330mm on your heat rounds. You've got 7.9 second reload time base with a 2 second aim time base, and 1.29 accuracy on turret rotation, and it's got 12% fire chance. So it's quite nice having a Russian tank that doesn't get set on fire very easily. Bad points to note on this tank is you've got 5 degrees of gun depression, so it can be tricky on the ridge lines. 0.35 accuracy, which is just borderline on the derpiness, not too bad, could be worse. But obviously just expect the shells to derp a little bit. You have got a slow shell velocity as well, which is not great. And you've got average-ish power to weight ratio. I mean, the tank does start to get up to speed once you get there, but yeah, it can take it's a little tad on the sluggish side, I would say. The Flamethrower, which is the party piece on this tank, is the reason why you'd probably buy it, is you got 15 hit points damage that you do with 100mm penetration, 90 meters shell velocity per second, so it's very slow. You have to lead this. You have to lead the Flamethrower a hell of a lot to manage to sort of get it to work. I would say it's probably better off in close proximity and also finishing tanks off, which we'll see as the video progresses. particularly in the third replay, there's some brilliant examples in that replay of how you use a flamethrower really effectively to take out your enemy. At this point, I'm just kind of just firing it for memes on this T0. This game has kind of been a fair old. It's been a bit of a sort of we just basically rip the enemy apart. So yeah, it's been a bit of a quick game, but the next couple of replays, or the third replay, I should say, will show us how that works. So finishing Redshire, we come top of the board with 4 kills. We did get 2.8k damage with 1700 assists, so not an amazing game, but just something to start off with that I can just sort of reel off the stats. Just to finish up on the flamethrower, you have actually got 144 meters of maximum range for where your flamethrower then doesn't become effective past that point. You got 5.5 second reload time on the flamethrower, 1.8 second aim time, 0.34 accuracy with 1.25 accuracy on rotation. But the main thing to remember is to lead the flamethrower. Otherwise you won't hit anything, and then, like I say, in close proximity it'll probably work. That's where it works best. So anyway, on this second replay then, we are on Swamp. We're actually teamed up with Fades here, who I think is playing the T-55. No, he's in CS-59. He's in a very good medium tank. So yeah, I should probably say my conclusion on this tank, really. I'd say it's actually not a bad tank. I quite enjoy it. Overall, I mean, having the flamethrower is great, and having the flamethrower as a secondary weapon is the blessing for this tank. It's not like the M67. As I said in my previous video, sort of showcasing the M67, I don't agree with having the flamethrower as your main weapon, or part of your main weapon setup, because it just doesn't work. It's just kind of, it's irrelevant, makes no sense. So as a secondary weapon on this, it fits really well, because the reload is just long enough where you can just use your flamethrower to top up your damage, and that's all the flamethrower is. It's not something where I would primarily use it because, unless you're just out for a good old time memeing, then fair enough. But it's not as effective as your gun. It's just topping up the the damage, the DPM on your tank. Something to bear in mind and remember, that open top tanks will get damaged heavily, get damaged much more by the flamethrower, but that does just apply for open top tanks. So Borsigs, Iron Rains, the SVAC as well. Some artillery like your GW Tiger will obviously suffer a lot more, and they'll do a lot of crew damage as well. So yeah, something to bear in mind. But yeah, the tank overall is nimble. It's effectively a T-55A with a flamethrower. That's pretty much what it is. So if you like those tanks, T-55A or T-54, then you're probably going to get on really well with this tank. And like I say, the flamethrower is a fun feature, and it's useful for, obviously, like I say, topping up the damage and clearing off those tanks as well. So yeah, but at the moment we're not really using the flamethrower. We have no need to use the flamethrower because we're not really close to anything to make it effective. If that T-34 was any closer, then I probably could have used it to get rid of him. But at the moment we're keeping our distance, and we're just getting shots into tanks. I mean, we could have again tried that E50M. Or E50, whatever it was. And we have to be careful because we're getting hit by artillery who's taking some enjoyment, putting some shots in. We're going to sneak and get another shot into the E50. Scores are pretty even at this rate, but me and Fades are actually doing alright, just keeping this side kind of contested. But I don't really want to push yet, because obviously there's going to be tanks sat at the back. But I have decided to swing my tank back now. Fades unfortunately gets in the way of my shot there, but he does take out the dreaded Night Stalker, so we forgive him for that, because the Night Stalker is just brain dead. And we're just going to focus back on this side. We take out the IS-3, and now I'm going to push the play here and move up a notch. I've got Fades with me who can cover, and we're just going to push this side. We know there's going to be tanks at the back, and we spot artillery, so I'm not going to hesitate to get some shots into artillery. We do get spotted though, and he is aiming at us, so we do need to be careful. And now he's on the move, so I was hoping we could squeeze another shot in there, but we just couldn't really get the gun aimed in well enough to be able to get that shot off effectively. And we are being targeted here, so I do need to be careful. I know there's something else at the back. probably best to lose our spot first, and then we can move and see what else is back there. It's 9-6. We're pretty much all over this side, so I've decided to just push up aggressively, and yeah, hopefully pick up some assist or some more damage on this poor BZ that is just kind of getting absolutely hammered. Can we get the kill shot? No. Fades manages to pick up the kill shot, but it's not to worry because we do get some more assist out of that. We just want to clear this side basically before we can find the tanks that are left. We've got enemy light tank which is near our spawn. Hopefully we'll get taken out, so it saves us sort of running around chasing him. I'm trying to find the other artillery, which I assumed was up here, but it doesn't seem to be the case. He's just been lit up by one of our team members, but we can see a tank in the distance, so we're going to squeeze a shot into that guy. And I'd love to just get over and get a shot into artillery. It doesn't look like that's going to happen unless I clear this ridge, in which case I might be able to get a clear line of sight on the artillery. But it's only 3 tanks left. Game again has gone relatively quickly, but yeah, we haven't done too bad. We've actually bounced a fair few shots as well. There we go. See, it's the new Swedish artillery. Unfortunately, we bounced there, so just going to aim a shot and squeeze the other shot in, and then just move around. Hopefully, we won't get shot there. Bounce again. Honestly, this tank must be made out of titanium or something, because just seem to be bouncing shots. But we squeezed the last shot in for our second kill of the game. All that's left now is this enemy light tank and a enemy heavy tank. Hopefully if we can get rid of those guys, then we should be able to get the win. I have no idea where that shot went. Like I say, this tank can be a little bit unpredictable on the accuracy at times. We do get a shot in there, hit his track, but it didn't track him. Unfortunate. Hopefully we can take out the Star Child there, which we do. And now it's just a case of moving in on this Vanguard, which we managed to take out on the move, so go figure. I say, just the dodgy accuracy of Russian tanks sometimes. But there we go. We do pick up the victory anyway, and we do get 4 kills, just under 4k damage there. Credit to Fades as he came second place. He had a good game as well. Picked up 1600 damage with 2000 dead on blocked. So yeah, only the second class again. Just obviously the tanks only just come out, so I think the ace requirement's obviously going to be quite high, and also it's got really good DPM, so you probably have to have a really fantastic game to get an ace tanker in this. Probably sort of high damage, not high number of kills, but we go on to the last game anyway, and this is best out of the bunch, and mainly so for the game. Well, mainly so to actually see the Flamethrower in full use to its best capacity, how you should use it properly. And yeah, so we're going to get into it. We are bottom tier actually in this game as well, so you'll be able to see how this tank handles against tier 10s. So I think the biggest sticking point for this tank is its gun depression. 5 degrees of gun depression does make it fairly awkward to obviously get sort of the gun aimed in, well, not aimed in, but being able to use the gun depression effectively. It's very difficult in this tank because 5 degrees is pretty much on the bad side of gun depression as far as gun depression stats go. But yeah, we'll just use the terrain to try and improve our gun depression where we can. And yeah, we're just going to move up to this rock here just behind the teeth breaker, just try and see if there's potentially any shots into those heavy tanks that could be crossing. But then we see light tanks YOLOing over in the middle, so we'll try and see if we get a shot into this Hawk 12, which we do actually manage to get 340 damage in, which is a nice shot there. That was a bit of a high roll as well, so we'll take that. And we're just going to see if these guys actually start coming around. They're trying to take out our friendly medium tank there. The T-54 comes into view, so we get a shot through the side of that tank. Just hoping our medium tank can stay alive, but unfortunately he's just kind of exposed too much and gets taken out by the taken out by the enemy E5. Waiting for this light tank to come around, but traditionally bounce the light tank. We did hit his turret, which is fair enough. T-54 lightweight does have a fairly strong turret. We get a shot into the FE. The light tank looked like he was going to come around, but he's decided not to. But we know he's going to come up there, and we slip a shot in there, and now there we go. Use the flamethrower. Is pretty much a one-shot, minimal health, and that's where the flamethrower really comes in use. But you see, we had to lead the flamethrower there to make sure that we managed to penetrate that tank, which we did, and we took him out. So we got our first kill by using the flamethrower there. And now we switch back to the main gun and we're just trying to see what else we can get shots on. Be careful of that FE, because he did snap a shot into us. Obviously the FE-215B does have a ridiculously accurate gun, so and very good turret traverse as well. So yeah, that's normal really. Can't complain at that. But I want to move in and try and push the pace a little bit. I'm sort of feeling quite aggressive, I think, in this game. And I've decided to try and help out, get rid of this heavy tank. Unfortunately, we hit the dead tank barrel there, which is really frustrating. We do get a shot in. The FE-215B is firing at us. We tried using our flamethrower there to do some damage, but he just got taken out by a team. And being cautious here not to take any more shots, but our team looks like they've got a bit between the teeth and they want to push up. But I want to focus this E5, because this E5 is in a position where he's going to start getting shots onto the tanks that are advancing up to A4 area. E5 though is getting shot from behind. Looks like he's going to try and take out that medium tank. So I'd like to get a shot in before he sort of runs away. But yeah, he just gets out in time, and we're not going to overpeak for a shot there in the E5, especially when we've got this Iron Rain looking at us. So we're just going to get into cover and squeeze some shots in the Iron Rain. We're picking up some nice assists here, and we managed to get a kill in there, our second kill of the game. E5 has moved around to the side here. I'm wondering if I can get a shot into the side of his turret. That was just poorly aimed there. But then he gets taken out by the SVAC, and we pick up some more assists. We're using the mobility to sort of get over the map relatively quickly whilst we're avoiding damage. We get a shot in on the move to that object 705A. Tried squeezing a shot into that medium tank, but didn't quite pay off there. And then we take a shot as well from that heavy tank. So yeah, maybe we probably should have just carried on moving. See the E5 here, that is possibly a one shot if we roll high enough. We squeeze a shot in. We've left him on 29 hit points, and there we go. Get the flamethrower out and just get rid of him. That's how you use the flamethrower, coming up from behind. It doesn't matter actually if you hit this tank from behind or the frontally or side. Flamethrower is effective on all areas of the tank. It doesn't require armor thickness doesn't really come into play. It just kind of does that bleed damage really effectively. So yeah, we're just going to move in now to get another shot into that object 705A. Might be able to pick up the kill here, which we do. We squeeze that shot in, and there's just one enemy tank left. I'm hoping we can get over there. It's a Jaeger E100, so we're going to swap to the heat rounds. Quite rightly so, because we won't have that penetration if he's facing frontally onto us, which he is. He's put down to a one shot, but he's given us his turret cheek, and we managed to get a shot in there for our 5th kill of the game. So another quick game, nothing absolutely groundbreaking in terms of damage, but we do come up with 5 kills, 3.3k damage, top of the board, 1100 assist, 500 blocked. Picking up a Bombardier medal as well, weirdly enough, because I killed 2 tanks using the flamethrower. Somehow that counts as a Bombardier. Yeah, it's fake. It's a bit of a fake Bombardier medal, but we'll take it. And we do pick up the first class medal for that game. So yeah, that is the T0-55. A good tank. I definitely think it's worth getting, probably more so than the M67. So if you have got the gold or the free XP and you haven't got the Senjutsu, I would definitely recommend getting this tank, because yeah, it's quite nice, I think, and having a flamethrower is pretty cool. So yeah, that is it for the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe, because it really does help the channel. And as always, I'll catch you next time.
Uh-oh.